But temptation comes our way. I read a survey one time that was talking about when is stealing stealing. Said, how much does something have to be worth before you consider it stealing? They had on there $1, $10, right? And you'd be surprised how many people check the dollar block. That means they'll steal anything that's 99 cents or under and not consider it stealing. Why? Because it's already in them. If it's not in you, the devil can't make you do it. Why does temptation come your way? It's to bring out what's in you. If it's not there, he can talk till he's blue in the face, but it won't do him any good. I've heard people say the devil made me do it. No, he didn't. He made the suggestion and you agreed with it, went ahead and did it. He was treading on the territory that maybe you have a problem with, but it brought it to the surface. You got to see it. You get to deal with it. God's trying to bring us to the place to where he can see himself in us. But we have so much clutter in our lives that a lot of times he can't see himself in us. We have blankets over us. He can't see himself in us. We're getting our security from other places. But what happens when money fails? And if you don't think money's going to fail, it's going to fail. Amen. Your money already can't do what it could do 10 years ago. What happens when money fails? Because everything that's man-made will fail. Money was man-made. Look at whose picture's on the coin. It ain't God's. Your house will fail. Your job will fail. The things that we rely on will one day fail us. Well, I'm working for my retirement. What if that company goes bankrupt and you get another Enron situation? Where's your retirement? Oh well, I'll trust Social Security. They say it goes broke about every month. Wherein will you trust? I could care less what happens to this economy. I know this one thing. My God has promised to take care of me. He is my provider. And the devil challenges that all the time. You see, there's something we've got to come to before we can really realize the things of God. We've got to learn to trust him. We say we trust God. But the minute something's placed on us that we've got to go through, we step around it trying to find every way to get around it because we don't want to go there. But as long as you never go there, you never really find out what is the problem. The prodigal son left home. Why? Because it was in him. It was a choice he made. He left home. Spent all his money. Had a wonderful time. Enjoyed himself. And his friends enjoyed themselves. Everything is going real good. This is working out, yeah. But what happened when his money failed him? What happened when his girlfriend failed him? What happened when his friends failed him? What happened when his job failed him? What happened when everything failed him? He found himself in a place that he'd never been before. But he finally threw off his blanket and come to himself and said, I've got to go back to my father's house. How many times have we ever done that? I should have never left. I should have never went there. But I need to go back to my father's house. He never really realized what he had until he went through the trial of it being taken away. Was it restored back to him? Absolutely. And God will do the same thing for you. When God becomes your God, it doesn't matter what it is, you'll stand up and you'll face it. When God becomes your God, you'll step through the door that He's opened and you'll face it head on, because God is God and He always will be God, and every knee shall bow to Him.
That's right.
It may look like I'm in the midst of trouble. It may look like I'm fixing to fail. But I know this one thing, that every knee shall bow in the presence of Jesus. So whom shall I fear? I have a whole bunch of scriptures I was going to share with you. Ain't got to them yet. But I am going to turn to this one. James, the 1st chapter. James, the 1st chapter. We're going to read from the 2nd verse. James tells them, he says, My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Anybody ever fell into temptation and didn't anticipate it? Just all of a sudden was there and you had to deal with it? If you deal with it by giving into it, guess what? You haven't seen God for who He is. God brought it to the surface, but you quickly mixed it up and put it right back down in the silver and the gold. God was refining you, bringing you to the point where He could deal with it, and you grabbed a hold of it and pulled it back down. God is wanting to take that stuff out of your life, but He can't do it until you're willing to let go of it. Because God created you. Now watch this now, but God created you to be in control of your life. He created you to where your will had to be given to Him. He wouldn't take it from you. We were singing, Take All of Me. Do you really mean that? Lord, take all of me. Every decision in my life be made by You.